Howdy everybody, and welcome back to the Super Robot Wars Archives. My name is Austin, and today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Super Robot Wars R. We're moving on to scenario 13. Technically it's 13A, because this is our first real proper route split of the game. I just spent what feels like 20 minutes reorganizing literally all of our parts, because as we are in a route split, we do not have access to all of our units. We have just so little in terms of our team now. Not that they're low quality, there's just fewer of them. And that means that everyone that we had previously, so you'll notice we're missing all of the Gundam X pilots, all of the Gundam pilots, everyone on the Gundam team except for G Gundam. And we're also missing the Getter, so all of those parts got unequipped and put into our inventory. So I've reassigned parts to everybody. I'm not going to worry about going over all of them, just because they're also not going to stay this way when we go back to the regular route, and we're going to change them again based on who we're getting this next upcoming scenario. So everyone is doing roughly what they were doing before, just maybe with some better parts than they had in the past. I don't think there's any like major important changes. That being said, we can talk about our funds still. I put everything into the Rose Gundam again. We got 2 more points of weapons. We got 2 more points of mobility, and 1 more point of energy. So I think we can cap these 2 out. We can probably, if we get, what, that's 81,000? If we get 81,000 from this scenario, that seems unlikely. I believe, what's the items? Yeah, there's no way we're gonna get 81. Okay, there's not no way we're gonna get 81,000. It's unlikely we will get 81,000. That is close to the maximum for this route in told, but we can double a lot of money, so maybe we'll see. Hold on, let me get my map back up. There we go. Let's go. I cannot wait until later games where we have the ability to skip the visual novel portion. Maybe there's like a mod or a ROM hack for this. That would be nice. Make it easier for me. I'm sure the story is great. I'm sure I can't read it. Given what we did last scenario, we're following up on that threat. We were attacked by a combattler of one of the earlier super robots in the franchise. And we're now following up on what happened with that, which also means we're going to get access to one, or to it. Okay, we get to deploy 13 units. I think that might just be... No, that is not everyone. That is everyone other than the Nadesico units, which is fine by me. There's maybe defense to deploying Izumi and Hikaru, because they have some decent spirits, but that's fine. Like last time, we also have another one of these like bases, the like main character bases, the 30-30, 20-20. It's very good terrain if we can get on it. We probably actually will just camp on it this time. We have to go generally that way anyway. Our enemies are up here. There's more than 8 enemies to this scenario, but not by much. Our second half of the scenario is coming over on this mountaintop. So everyone full send. And we'll wrap things up. Or not wrap things up. We haven't even got started yet. We'll probably wrap this scenario up pretty quickly. Nothing's particularly challenging here. It's just we don't have the full regular cast of our party to work with. I probably could have accounted for this a little bit better and had us chosen units that better reflected the route splits. This is roughly going to keep being a problem for us. We're going to probably keep being split this way, but I believe we're going to have 2 at all Gundam Wing pilots once we get to the next route split, and that will like keep our team a little bit more steady. I do intend to use the Gundam Wing pilots also. Everyone full send. While they're all moving, how's your day going? I hope you're having a good day. I don't talk to you enough. I feel like I would be a lot more content with this process if I did have like a chat to talk to. I think it feels I have a harder time just talking into this like void of a mic rather than having like necessarily someone to have a conversation with. So I do want to hear about how your days are going too, even if it's going to be delayed by probably months by the time I'm posting this. Okay, we have two of maybe, if not the best units in the game. So first we've got the Combattler. The Combattler is somewhat defensive. It doesn't start out massively so, but we can soup it up with some parts and solve that problem. It also just comes with a litany of attacks, though, and it will get more over the course of the scenario. We also have a repeatable 3,700 damage attack. It doesn't cost a ton of energy. It costs a ton of energy. Sorry, it does cost a ton of energy now, but not so much that we can't do it repeatedly. We also have a pretty decently long-range attack that we have from the start. It's not post-movement, but 1 to 6, and it's still fine. We do get a no-cost 2,400 base attack. It's only one range, which is a little bit of a downside, but we have some pretty good long-range attacks if we're staying in place. But I am really hiding the real benefit of this unit. We have 5 pilots here. We have so many spirits. We can be casting stuff every turn. We are never going to run out of SP. So this stat screen is a lie. 5 movement? No, it always has 8 movement. There is no reason for you not to use Excel on this pilot, on this unit, every turn, basically. We have enough SP, and we have these abilities. We have the important ones repeated in every other pilot, too. So it's not like there's no downside there. Just being able to throw SP at a problem, especially in R, really, really solves it just so quickly. I think also all the numbers are just tweaked just enough that everything's like hitting the right thresholds. I can't tell you specifically what all of them are. It's harder to say with this game, seeing as enemies scale to your level. Like your enemies scale very aggressively to your level. And it's not like Fire Emblem, for instance, where you can go like a speed threshold where I start doubling. Or earlier Super Robot Wars games where it's, if I have this stat, I will get 2 extra turns. Nothing like that. But the Combattler and its pair in the Voltace, which we'll get next scenario, really are always just doing work. This is where a lot of our money's going to start going, now that we have that. And then we also have Karat. I have read a lot of discourse online about a lot of these joke units, particularly resuppliers, just not being worthwhile. I'm hoping that I'm doing a decent job of at least proving that somewhat wrong. But I think Karat is perhaps the best unit in this game. I understand that maybe sometimes that discourse is related to the fact that you need to do a lot to try and get access to it. That is definitely more of a fan service unit in other games. In the fact that you get to see the like cute little gimmick robot. But here it boasts the staggering benefit of both being a resupplier and a repairer. It will always have something relevant it can do on its turn. Hands down, always. The fact that it has both of these is absolutely bonkers. I don't think it is exactly equivalent to a dancer in Fire Emblem because they work differently, but I do think trying to plan your turn around Karat is a good way to begin your turn. Just because he can always be relevant, and he can always get someone back in the fight, either with getting attacks back or getting their HP back. I think Karat is really, really underrated. That being said, it is on the ground, and I have complained about that with my support units before. So once we get into an intermission, the Nadesico craft is coming right off of this Diana and going right onto the Karat. All of these support units do have 4 part slots. I do typically think of the Karat as only having 3 because one of them in my mind is just always dedicated to getting him in the air. There's more parts than just the Nadesico craft that will do that. But I think otherwise he is too good to not spend a part like that right away. Hopefully I will prove this point over the course of playing this, but he's just so good. So now that we have these 2 units, turn 4 is our next objective, our next flag. That will bring in the rest of the enemies. Except for when we kill this Combattler. Once we kill this Combattler, we will also get another boss. So I think we're just sending everybody up. Let's have the Combattler show his worth. I guess this is worth noting. The Combattler does not separate into its five bits in this game. It's just one unit. In earlier versions, I'm assuming later versions too, it can separate, but not here. I think we're going to use Wall. We're going to be taking a lot of shots with him. And we don't have... Do we have anyone that can willpower? We do not. We don't have the ability to regain SP yet. Okay, so here's the other deal. We're going to start spending... a little haphazard, a little wastefully, but let's do a flash. You'll see why in a second. We don't have a flash to spend here. Okay, we're gonna waste just a little. We'll do a focus also, because now. So see how this ability. Let me get the correct name for it. I use it a lot. I really should be able to reference it correctly. Spirit commands. This is called... Where are you? Dedication. I'm choosing to translate these. I believe I aligned them with the most recent translations of these skills. But if there wasn't like a really good, easy reference point, I think I tried to pick whatever is the most common in the Japanese dictionary. So I believe I'm calling this dedication. Yeah. Notice how this costs 30, and it says it gives 10 SP, but it gives 10 SP per pilot. So we just spent 10, we spent 30 SP, and we gained 50 SP, because every single one of these pilots gains that 10. Absolutely bonkers. Okay, we're gonna plop him right there, and that should largely solve that situation already. He can move, what? It's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we don't even need to use an Excel next turn if we spend enough that we can get him back to the Karat. And give him his energy back. And we're just gonna send everyone else to the right. Maybe the main character can come up here and help a little bit, but I think we're probably going to end up drawing everybody down into this base area just to give us some nice, easy, free tile benefits. Does this count too? Yeah, it does count. I figured it did. You can never be sure with this game whether stuff's hanging off to the side or not. Like, if it's just hanging onto the tile a little bit, whether that counts towards the tile's effect. I guess the close-up has it more on the... It's like halfway or more on the tile. But on the selector, it has like less than half. The Victory. I guess that we can turn the animation on for the first for our first showing. Yeah, we're just start throwing everything at him. These are the same magma beasts that we were fighting last scenario that showed up with the fake Combattler. But now the Combattler's on our side. Just big rocket. Oh, it is just actually called Big Rocket too. The internet has gotten to my brain so much that like it's my immediate reaction, but that's just what it's called. We also get to see the signature weapon of the Combattler. It's like, it's very kid-oriented, like, of course it's because it was a kid's show. But I think it's very creative. I think it's a good origin point for some weapons. Oh, well, not here. Never mind. Hold on, let's see if what attack is it? Oh, well, I'll show it off anyway, just so we can see it. It's slightly worse damage, but I think it's neat. They're yo-yos. It's very fun. I think it's a very creative way of getting like a kid's toy involved. So it feels like a very good way to encourage kids to be creative with play, right? Like anyone can run around on the playground and be like, I am the combattler because I have toy yo-yos at home. Like you don't need other props to make yourself feel cool, like your robot hero. I do have good things to say about this, but I have better things to say about its sibling robot. We'll get next scenario. I know I gave the Bolt Gundam a hard time for like spending SP to be able to handle stuff, but I think it's a harder time because I think I have a harder time accepting from the Bolt Gundam. Because look, we barely took any damage. We fought 6 enemies. The Bolt Gundam fought 6 enemies, still spent SP and was still at half HP. We also like, I don't think we barely used any SP compared to our total pool too. Like that's why it's just such a big difference in my mind. Actually, how much SP does the Bolt Gundam have? Oh, Argo. Okay, Argo's got 104. I'm sure Jenny came a wee bit there, but he also definitely didn't survive with just using that SP. I will remind you that he may look good now, but he has parts on. You can also turn the animations up after this. I forgot. Let's get that map back up. Not that you can tell the difference. I've got it in another tab over here. Okay. We don't even need to go back yet. We're sitting pretty here with as far as SP goes. I hope this kills. Yeah, great. We're close enough? We are close enough. Okay, great. We can have the Taurus leaking out a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just keep chipping this down. I think that will die this turn. Yeah, and have the main character take that. That's fine. We do want the big gun for the bosses. That puts us 57 kills. I guess her kill count is also just really inflated by the first scenarios where I intentionally tried to feed her a little bit more. Do we have? Is it 1 to 5 to start? Oh, it's 2 to 5 to start. It's the 1 to 3 once we get enough morale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has, I believe she has a stronger relationship with Domon than she does with the rest of the G Gundam crew. Oh, right, I forgot. She has love with Domon, which actually doesn't help with damage. It just helps with defense, so that's unfortunate. I get why, mechanics-wise, it would be confusing if they just had a random exception, but I do wish hers was an exception. I think she should get more power. Her and Domon are the, like, combat couple. But this is fine. We'll just give it to the combattler instead. We didn't even use wall this turn, and we're still, like, not taking that much damage. It does help that we're statted better for defending. Because, like, the identity of the super robots is to be tankier than dodgier, where the G Gundam units are sort of just, like, stranded in this weird space. Great. Yeah, these two start moving now. And then enemies from the next scenario show up from the Voltace group. And they're gonna we're gonna kind of get pincered a little bit, which is why I don't mind sort of taking the position on top of this base. We will resupply here. And then we will heal up here. I guess both need to get involved. Yeah, he took a lot of damage. That's fine. No. So I think you can kill one of them. Let's top up funds. That's good. What else are we looking at in terms of money? So that just got one. Sayaka. I guess, yeah, the carrot also does have the ability to use fortune. It's not going to come up regularly, but it's not nothing. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 units left. We want to save one of these blessings for trying to get a lot of the other, like, grunt units together. I think we can spend one now to finish this Galmas off. Oh, I guess I gave it to the main character already. We can save hers. We can just toss this one on George, too. I want George to get it more, to get access to the, to get his map attack sooner. So that fortune will stay in place as long as we don't attack. So I'm going to actually move the main character back a little bit. And then we can deploy that when necessary, assuming that I don't forget. Oh, also, I'm a dummy. I moved out of that space to get access to the combattler and then didn't use it. Oops, whoops. The Bolt Gundam, always in the way. It's always causing a problem. If we get attacked, that would trigger the fortune if we chose to counterattack. If we chose to block, that won't consume the fortune. Or we choose to block more damage. We actually have to have the intent to do damage for it to count. We will just start taking these support defenses. The attack accuracy is so low, and they're going to do so little damage. And our support defenses are sitting on a base that's going to heal them for all that HP. If you are struggling with this game, if, like, I don't feel like I'm being that aggressive, but if you're looking at this and going like, oh man, this is so much more aggressive than I would be, you can just sit on terrain, especially terrain that heals you. Most scenarios do have pretty decently healing, terrain that heals you pretty well. And that will much more easily solve that scenario. Okay, let's look at War Comedies. Does he retreat? He is unit number 6, Darkaron. The Darkaron does retreat. Okay, we do have to be concerned with hitting him. Okay, 13,000 HP, 1,300 armor. Just potential, no abilities. He does have solar panel, which means we can't really run him out of energy. Not that we were going to anyway. His attack only has a 10 energy use. We are far, so we do want to. If we attack him from far away, he is using his least relevant attacks. I think we will let the combattler get this kill too. Let's just start softening him up here. We are going to save our Daunts for that boss that I mentioned that isn't actually here yet. Okay, we can get the G Gundams in on this. Argo doesn't have a like single now. I think I'd also be happier with Argo if he had a like if his first skill wasn't trust but instead was like a persist. I would be way happier. Because sometimes you want to just fade one attack. What was I looking for? Okay, 64,000, 6,400, not 1,000. We're not that far. We're not that deep into the game yet. 3,900. Okay, so we can still get. So we can probably get an attack with Saisaishi and Allenby still. And I don't think that's going to put us over. I did sort of gloss over the solar panel in terms of how relevant it was for the boss we were fighting, but we do really want another solar panel. That will be really relevant for these two super robots we're getting. Okay, we are just at critical threshold. Give me a Valor. We are some SP off from that. That's a bummer. We can still do... Yeah, I think that's going to work. I am just sort of used to them having full SP at all times. We want Fortune. And then we will get Chibity's help. Where's Chibity standing? 107. We can put him up to 117. 18, 19. Oh, that's a bit of a bummer. We're not quite at getting him to super mode. Super mode was something I could not think of. I think we'll probably be fine. We're doing a double damage 3000 power attack. I think we'll be okay. We'll have Chippy there just in case we are shy a little bit. Yeah, see, it worked out fine. Excellent. That solar panel is ours. How much did these give? 1,700? I might just have the main character. I don't really want to faff about here. F-A-F-F. About here with extra turns. Just to, like, maybe get a little extra money out of it. I think we'll be okay. We can still heal. We want to give Karat as much of the healing XP as possible. He's going to be taking over for a lot of our assist duties. We will probably end up keeping... I probably also should have waited a little bit to see who was going to take damage here, but that's fine. My usual setup is one resupplier, one repairer, and one Karat. So as it stands right now, that is going to be Boss, Karat, and probably Sayaka. I think we're using her... We're using Fortune on her more than we are using... Or we're using Blessing on her more than we are using the Fortune from Fa. We can definitely get that down. We will use a Persist. One, two, three, four, five. I really set Noin up such that she could dodge really well, and it's just not mattered because we keep attacking things from outside of range. I just really take for granted that 5 range is the sort of like the default range for attacks, and that is just end up not being the case. Just shy. That's fine. And we are going to move somewhat aggressively into this corner. We really don't want one of the bosses to get onto one of these healing tiles. Just throw everything at him. Are those Galzuses? I think those are Galzuses. That's units 2 and... No, sorry, those are Baizangas. The Voltes V enemies they just sound so silly. Like, the thing that is attacking us now is a Dokugaga. We can just kill that. The Dokugaga is the least valuable of what's left. That's fine. I think we've got enough left that we get enough spirits left that we can get all the rest of these for cash. Oh boy, I forgot how far range the Combattler has. Does it have all the exact same moves? It does. It does have all the. It is roughly the same moves. We get 3 of these. He only gets 1 of them. But this is the same as last time. It has Dungle in it, which I believe is the pilot. When I said last time, Like, who's the question mark pilot? I believe Dungle is supposed to be the question mark pilot from last time, too. Okay, so we've got 5 more units here, and we have that one other boss that's going to show up. We've got how many more casts? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if we can get... Do we have an SP restore? Oh, we do not have an SP restore. We've only got 5 left, so... Can George get 2 of these in one go? Surely. Surely. Let's leave this to the main character. And that should be within George kill threshold. Cool. We'll pop that on now so we don't forget. What do we need that? We also, hold on, let's look at her. We are 15 short. So 16, so that's 8 more levels. Oh man, you gain SP so slowly. I mean, it's good. I think I've said my piece about just how insane SP is in this game. We can let Domon and Chibity go up here and handle that by Zonga. We can give this to... We can let Alan be Chip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep her out of range. That's good. Oh yeah, we should look if... I should have thought about that with Alan B. Oh, I forgot that Carrot has a pilot that gives... I can't remember these two, their names. It's like Quinta and something else. They also have cheer, so let's take advantage of that if we're gonna hit multiple things. Oh, we still don't have enough morale. This was a bad plan. There's so many things to keep track of. One day I'll get good at this game. Well, we are already here, so let's get the one that's worth the most. We could save it for next turn, but it's fine. Yeah, and of course, now you get it. I mean, obviously, now you get it. So we have what? Let's make sure again. We've got 1 here, and realistically 1 here. I've been counting the carrots as if it counts, but it really doesn't. We can get this Tokugaga though with it, I guess. Yeah. So here's the other deal. They also don't have to just be a support unit. They also are like a fine combat unit. They're not the greatest, but they'll get it done. I've definitely, on some more memeer playthroughs, I've definitely styled on bosses and killed them with Carrot just to like prove a point. He should be fine. Yeah, we can heal him with the Venus even too. Even better. I would be less sloppy if the game like punished me for my sloppiness, even a little. But it never does. At least not these ones. I'm trying to figure out what my next playthrough on the channel is going to be. I think it's probably going to be one of the older games to like get me to sit down and like think out turns a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's also most certainly going to be a game I have not played before. We can't use any spirits because that does mean we lose access to this fortune that was supposed to be at that right angle. Alright, well, Domon probably won't kill this turn, but... Just... What are we working with here? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this... okay, the carrot's getting attacked. That's fine. Well, no, we can do what I said. We can move in. So here's the nice combo too. We can both flash and okay, we do not have. We can persist on the main character too. That's fine. And then we can ignore both of the. We can ignore both the counterattack here and the enemy phase. We get 2 shots of this. We don't have another Valor. That's okay. We don't need the Combattler to have another Valor. We can take this down without it. Yeah, we can definitely take it down without it. And then we want to be within 8 range of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. We'll get Argo to shuffle himself over. Start moving over now. Actually, no matter what, he won't. It won't matter if we start going now or not, because he won't get there next turn to be able to be used as a support. Boss can be a support. We'll sit him. We'll pop him here. That's good. Just to make sure we get that kill. We did what, 3,900? Oh no, we did. Yeah, we did almost 4,000 damage, and we need to do 4,000. So we do want to Dungle too. He retreat. Oh right, but so all right, right. Sorry. He doesn't retreat in this form, so we can weaken him more. That's fine. I still think Carrot's probably going to get attacked out of all these units. I didn't look to see if he had a repair kit. That's unfortunate. We'll get him next turn. We don't actually care about the repair kit. It's really just more about the efficiency of getting him dead. Okay, so I don't want to waste that higher power attack. Yeah, this is fine. And then we also get this turn to get money off of this, because this is still going to give us 6,600. Speaking of styling, we're going to have Carrot do this one too, just because we can. Doesn't Boss have a support attack? That's weird. Oh, does Boss still only have... He only has 1 ranged attacks. Right. So putting him where I did wouldn't have mattered anyway. Okay, do we have anyone that has leadership? I believe, yeah. We won't need her dedication. That's fine. I don't think we're gonna get the other boss killed this turn. Difference of 10. I'll still risk it. Oh, did we not kill? No, we were 50 short. No. Oh, that's such a shame. Okay. How do you have SP back? Wait, do you gain... Am I thinking of a different game? Do you gain base and max SP? Was I thinking of like 2 or 3? Well, that's good. Okay, so we got 1 from Sayaka. We gotta like lock in a little bit more now. We're being a little sloppy. Okay, we got 1 from Sayaka, 1 from the Combattler, from Suzuru, and 1 from Seisaichi. So this unit doesn't count. He's just dead he's dead with no bonuses because of how I just messed this up here with the Carrot. So we're gonna have Seisaichi come in and get this Combattler down. Okay, that is guaranteed. And now, so this is the gimmick. I really like in this game when the bosses turn into other bosses that like a different robot was kind of inside it. All right, we can't see it yet because we haven't actually properly had combat with him. But this is who we want to daunt. The Skullrook would also retreat. Jungle Rui also retreats, but he only has magnetic. Okay. This is the Magma Beast Great One. It's worth 2,000 less funds, but it comes with a booster. I much prefer an extra movement than I do 5 extra mobility from the Skullrock. I mean, the hope is we get both of them, but if I have to choose one, this is the one I'm choosing. You know what? We're giving him the business. We actually might be able to get him down this turn. We don't have enough for Valor, though. We do have Fortune. Okay, we will need to get some support attacks going. Can Argo? Argo cannot. Argo cannot support attack, is what I was thinking. So, okay, we're just going to ignore this section over here for now, and we're going to assume that's going to be a next turn problem. The main character can get close. We can go 1, 2, 3. Okay, we can get the main character involved. We do have a Valor left here. What are we retreating at? Great Beast. Magma Beast Great One. Oh, he also does not retreat. Why was I thinking he was retreating? Maybe I was like reading at the same time as the Darker Rod. I was like going over him. Okay. Well, we can just soften him as much as we want then. And we probably should have put the Daunts onto Rui Jangle over here. Sorry, Jangal Rui. I don't... For a while I had him as Rui Jangle, but that's just not the order his name goes in. That said, we are still just going to kill him this turn. And then we can finish up next turn. I think he just has a booster. He doesn't have anything particularly special yet. We are actually, yeah, let's look at attacks. We have a 2 to 5 range, 1 to 3, and 2 to 4. So there's really no... See, like, I don't understand why these are here. These don't matter when 2 to 5 is already covering all of this, and we're never going to run him out of energy. We have to attack him 12 more times. He's going to be dead before then. We can focus and flash. We're looking at 4,000 still. We can have... Yeah, we'll just have Argo attack. We'll give him a bullseye, and then if we need to, we can willpower him next turn to heal off the damage. Yeah, great. Let's see if I was telling the truth or not. Great, he does in fact does not retreat. Here's a fortune. Here's XP. Oh, we do also have scan too now. Not that like that matters a ton, but it's not nothing. We're just gonna make sure we're gonna get that kill. That is both experience and money. And then we also have the boss Borat here to resupply our energy. An easy 10,000 funds. And what are we working with? Okay, great. We also then just have Sayaka to give blessing to whoever's going to get the kill on the Skullrock over here. So Domon goes first to get the support attack. And we can persist. We still have a Valor up for Jangal Rui if we need to. We do... we kind of want him to get the kill, though, to get that 5 extra morale. So let's start with the Great Mazinger. We might as well give the experience. Let's start with the Great Mazinger to get it weakened, and then hopefully, and then yeah, from there, Domon should be able to kill it. Yeah, cool. And that puts him in range of being able to. He gets one shot of the Shining Finger. Oh, right, this is right. The Shining Finger Sword. In my mind, I feel like the Shining Finger Sword is not as powerful as the Shining Finger. I've not watched G Gundam in a while though, so I could be just wrong about that. And then having Chibity at an angle, I do really like this design. I think this is very good design. That, like, because Chibity is not the main character and you're more incentivized to attack with Domon, his best attack has 2 to 5 range, so he can be at the diagonals around a boss, and then you can have a character like Domon, or if you want, the Combattler at the orthogonal directions, and then you still get the support attack off of him to, like, get the, like, double attack on the boss. We're gonna give this to Chibity. Or Flash first. We're gonna give this to Chibity because Domon has Persist on. So he can take a shot without, he can take a hit without taking any risks. And we can use a Flash here. We don't have Dedication to give her SP back. And then we can also heal the Mazinger with the Aphrodite, who could not have reached our other 2 allies. What are we looking at here for attacks? We've got a 3 to 6 range. So that's probably what we're going to get hit with. But if we were to attack with George over here, we don't have SP left. I think he can take 1 attack still. I don't think he can take 2, but this is a 16. This will be a 16% chance to hit. If we need to dodge on enemy phase. And we don't need to. I think... I know Koji doesn't have a support defense yet. That's okay. Let's... You know what? No reason not to do this now. He leaves at 5,400 HP. I'm a little worried that if I Valor and use the double breast fire, we would do more than 5,000. Do we have Majin Power active yet? We don't have Majin Power active yet. That boosts damage by 1.25 times, so that would also really add up. I think we're just gonna do Persist and not use Valor. Yeah, that was a good call. We would have put him over. We could have ended this scenario this turn. I mean, turn 7 is not that impressive of a turn to end on, but he's leaving at 5,400, so we can still chip a little bit. We'll do 1,400. Don't want to risk it. Oh, that did nothing. Okay. Okay. So if we have Domon over here, and we can Valor that, I think we're gonna be good. We don't have a Daunt sitting around here that I wasn't paying attention to, right? No. Oh, we're so close to it, too. Oh, we do have... Oh, Noin. Oh, right. I used Noin early that turn, so I had, like, sort of written her off in my mind. But we do have Noin here. Which means we actually get 2 Daunts. That also means we probably could have gotten one more blessing off, but I think this is perhaps better. We're at 112. We didn't even have max morale. Even better. Can Chibity do anything? Okay, so we can Spirit here, and that will increase our damage. Having more morale does increase your damage, and that will be taken into account for a support attack. Can I get any of the rest of the G Gundam pilots over here is the question. 6 move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can get next to Chibity there. I think that's going to be the only option, unless... Oh no, Seth actually still has Excel left. I'd rather have them... I can't get that next to Domo. We can get this next to... We can get 2 people next to Chibity, though. That's not nothing. I guess let's get our healing in now, because this is going to be the last turn. He's either going to die, or we're going to make him run away. Leave him there. Move the Mazinger out of the way. Move Saisaishi in. Leave him there. Who else is going to heal and give energy? Okay, we can resupply onto Argo. Okay, I think resupplying Allenby is better than healing Argo. And someone over... Yeah, lots of people over here have hurt. 21, 21... We will give Chibity a heal, and... Oh my... Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Actually, no, that would work out fine, because well, it didn't work out fine. We're just gonna have to pass this turn. That's what I get for... That's what I get for trying to, like, grind extra XP. Okay. We are so close to running away. Get Sayaka out of here. So actually, this works. This is not the worst because we can move the Dragon Gundam and the Gundam Rose in around where Domon's going to be, or so. Oh, but Sayaka had the fortune alive. Just gotta slow down there a little bit, Austin Bucko. This is not... We can at least give him... Okay, Allenby still has... We're waiting another turn. I don't want to waste this money. Block this. Okay. One more try. 2 extra turns on our turn counter that should not be there. XP. Fortune. Damage. We want this off of Chibity. This should be good. Yeah. That was a lot of messing about for what ended up being really easy. Okay. That was a bit of a goof at the end, but at least it was a goof in terms of wasting time, not in terms of me missing something. Oh man. Well, we didn't get to show off the Combattler as much as I would have liked. It really did a lot at the beginning of the scenario. I guess it did handle the fake Combattler and the Magma Beast Great One pretty well on its own, but we'll get to see a lot more out of it in his upcoming scenario. I will say, the one downside to it is it just has much lower... Like, look how few bars it has to upgrade. It's just really underwhelming. We did also manage to hit that 80,000 funds. That funds benchmark I wanted to. And that makes sense, right? If I said it's 100,000 for both scenarios, and I was doubling money on most of the encounters, that does sort of check out. We didn't double all of the little generics, which I suspect also were a little bit front-loaded in terms of funds. We had, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 bosses, technically, in that last scenario, and we're only going to have 1. We have 3, so we're down 2 bosses from the last scenario. That makes sense, Okay, well then I'm gonna go figure out how I want to spend this on the Rose, which will probably be its last upgrades for a while, and then the rest of our money is going to go to our 2 new super robots, our electromagnetic super robots, as you will. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been enjoyable. We are, I think I said this a little bit ago, we're about like a third of the way through the game. So if you like this, good gracious, is there so much more of it? I'm hoping you can look forward to, I want to try and release about halfway through this playthrough a more scripted video. I think I may have mentioned it in a previous video. If I didn't, I had meant to, but so what, 15, 18, like around scenario 18-ish, I would like to get a scripted video out. So like maybe 2 weeks from now, I think is how that's going to shake out. 2-3 weeks from now. I would like to try my hand at something a little bit more organized, and I think YouTube is ripe for this kind of video right now. I will leave it a mystery for the moment, so everyone can have fun speculating in the comments. And if anyone comes up with any good ideas that I didn't have, I might also just do those too, and I'll note the commenter who gives me a good idea for it. I do think these games are similar to Pokemon or Final Fantasy in a way, where it's a little bit more of a playground than it is like a straightforward game. Like it's a tool for like expression or for play. Giving yourself extra challenges, I think, makes these games a lot more fun, as we've sort of demonstrated here. I was really sloppy with this last scenario, and we still managed to dance circles around it. So giving yourself limitations, I think, improves these games considerably. So as you all are going about your day thinking about that, feel free to let me know some thoughts in the comments, and I will see you back here for the next one. Thank you everyone for watching. Take care.